What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Friendly Paisan, and I am back. We are getting right into it. We are not stopping. Full force. There's a lot that happened this weekend in the fight world. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. Let's not wait anymore. Let's get right into it. Okay, so Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fought. They fought this past Saturday in Arizona. Jake Paul taking the win by unanimous decision, beating the legend, the GOAT, the Spider, Anderson Silva. Now, it is about Tuesday at the time of this recording, and I've seen a ton of Anderson Silva slander. I've seen even, I can't even saying the fight's fixed. Can you guys shut the f up? Seriously, can you guys stop damaging the legacy of Anderson Silva? He went in there, fought his ass off. Won a couple rounds, but in my opinion, I watched the fight drunk. That didn't count. And then I had to go back and I had to watch the fight sober. And I watched the fight sober. He won fair and square, and he looked good. Hats off to Jake Paul, man. You looked great. You fought an absolute legend who came in shape, who his age doesn't fucking matter at all, who want to defend Floyd Mayweather, but you will not defend Anderson Silva at all, who is probably one of the greatest strikers we've ever seen in the history of combat sports, period. I've had enough of the Anderson Silva slander. It was a fantastic fight. You can try and discredit Jake Paul all you want, but the fact of the matter is, he's doing great things for fighters, he's bringing us entertaining fights, and he's doing what he has to do to put on a show and show people that he can box. And guess what? He can f***ing box. Enough of saying the fight was rigged. Enough of saying he took a dive. Enough. Just stop. You're fooling yourself. You're making yourself look like an idiot. So stupid. All of you look dumb. And I've had enough of it. It's stupid. Let's give Jake Paul the credit that he deserves. He won fair and square, and give Anderson Silva, the legend, the respect that he deserves, because he went in there and he fought his fucking ass off. And Tommy Fumbles goes on Ariel Helwani and say, look what a 47-year-old did to him. I will go in there and smoke him. You lost your chance, buddy. You lost your chance. You could have fought him twice. You dropped out both times. You are not a better striker than Anderson Silva. I'm sorry. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Tommy Fury versus Anderson Silva. Better yet, since you pulled out so many times, I want to see you fight Logan Paul first. How's about that? Maybe you don't deserve to fight Jake. Your own family, it doesn't even want you to have their last name. So you can't be going on these MMA shows and talking shit about a legend, an absolute legend who's done more in his fighting career than you've ever done in your entire life. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that until you actually go out there and prove to people that you're the fighter that you say you are, that you're the fighter, a part of the Fury legacy. Your brother is a beast. He's a tank. You, not so much. So to round up that fight, enough of the Anderson Silva slander. I'm tired of it. Let's give Jake Paul some credit and some respect for putting on a great show, an entertaining show, and boxing his ass off. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that these fights are rigged, because they're not. All right, now that we got that over with, let's get into the rest of the card. So the rest of the card, we had LeVeon Bell versus Uriah Hall. And listen, LeVeon Bell looked okay. You know, for an athlete in 2 fights, LeVeon Bell looked good. But, you know, as I said, I mean, I thought Uriah Hall was going to knock him out. I was clearly wrong. But Uriah Hall wins by decision. Nothing really shocking there. That was pretty much what was supposed to happen. I did expect him to knock out LeVeon Bell, but hats off to LeVeon Bell, man. We'll see if he wants to fight again, because that was a big step up in competition for him. And the last thing on that card, we have Chris Avila versus Dr. Mike. And as predicted, Chris Avila went out there and absolutely smoked him and wins by decision. Yeah, that was a good fight too, man. Chris Avila going there, showing that he can box. I mean, Dr. Mike looked aight, you know? I mean, he looked like an influencer boxer. But yeah, man, Chris Avila with the win. That's fantastic. And, you know, good for him. Who knows where he goes from here, but I'm sure he made a bag, and we'll see where he goes, man. Hopefully he continues boxing. Speaking of Chris Avila, we had a little altercation in the background going on during the Jake Paul Anderson Silva event with his teammate, more famous and more well-known Nate Diaz. Roll the clip. Interesting, Nate Diaz. What's going on back there, man? I think that's what's next on the list for Jake Paul, and let me tell you something. I am a fan, and that is something I would love to see. And I think that beating Anderson Silva, Jake Paul opened a lot of doors for himself. And I think the Nate Diaz door is one of them. And I think that is probably the biggest money fight Jake Paul can make right now, and he knows it. I'm not going to get into who would win that fight in this video because that's not what this video is about. That would be a whole separate thing that I will do if those two actually do end up meeting in the ring. But that's something that I would definitely say as a fan I would love to see. All right, guys, that's it for the Jake Paul Anderson Silva card. Now we're going to get into a little boxing news. So basically, we'll stay in this influencer realm. KSI is rumored to be fighting Joe Fournier in January. Joe Fournier, a professional boxer, which is a huge step up in competition for KSI after his last two fights were completely laughable and a complete joke. It just goes to show you that even though he fought a professional boxer, that it really doesn't matter, man. As long as you can go in there and you have the heart and the skills like Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva gave Jake Paul a way better fight than... I don't even remember that guy's name. This guy. My head. Yeah, him, that guy. So yeah, Joe Fournier would be a big step up in competition for him, but I know I would much rather see him face Tyron Woodley. And I know, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not, because if you want to fight Jake Paul, take the fight path that Jake Paul took to show that you can fight Jake Paul, because right now, Jake Paul on the influencer scale, boxing-wise, is here, and KSI is here. And that might make some fans a little butthurt, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the truth. Also, Logan Paul is rumored to be fighting on that card, and I wonder whether or not it's going to be Andrew Tate or Dylan Dennis. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind either, because I would love seeing Dylan Dennis get his face caved in. And Andrew Tate versus Logan Paul is an interesting fight. So either one sounds good. January, let's fucking hook it up, baby. All right, guys. As for the rest of it, man, I mean, listen, no hockey news this week. We're still at the dawn of the season. So I mean, there's really not much to comment on until we get to the All-Star break. So we'll leave hockey alone, but we will get into baseball really quick. The Astros and the Phillies at the time of this recording are tied 1-1. The Phillies had a great game 1. Astros coming back in game 2. I believe that's how it went. If not, correct me in the comments below. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't really root for either team because the Astros are cheaters and the Phillies are from Philly, and I hate both. But I have to say, I found myself rooting for the Phillies for some reason. I don't know why, but I found myself rooting for them, and I will say this: beat the Astros, please. Be the team to do it. Please. You will never see me again in a video supporting a Philadelphia team. I want the Phillies to beat the fucking Astros. I won't say let's go Phillies, but good luck to you guys, man. As for football news, football news, the Giants are complete frauds. They took a fat L over the weekend, and I mean, I know that's harsh. Giants fans are going to be in my comments. The Jets did too. So I'm going to talk shit about the Jets in a minute, so you can clip this, whatever, and say, oh, he's a hater. No, but it just went to show you that Daniel Jones is a complete fraud, and he needs the defense to help him win. And I mean, listen, defense does in fact win championships. We all know this, but you also need a little bit of offense in there too, man, and that's a rough loss for them to take. I believe that's their second loss on the year, and can't wait to tell you I told you so when you lose in the first or second round of the playoffs, Giants fans. All right, moving on. All right, let's talk about the Jets. The Jets take a fat L to Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Bill Belichick has had the Jets number for about the last over a decade. We just can't beat the fucking Patriots, man. They're having quarterback debacles between Mac Jones and their backup, and we still can't beat them. They don't know which quarterback they want to choose, and we still can't beat them. At the end of the day, the MILF Slayer, man, Zach Jones, I love you. You're changing the culture for the better, but you need to be better. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That can't happen, man. I have faith in you, Jets Nation. Jet the fuck up. We got a tough test against the Bills coming up this week, so it's probably another L for us. But we did sign James Robinson with the injury to Breece Hall. So that's a positive, right? And lastly, we will end with basketball news. At the time of this recording, 11-1, the Lakers finally won their first game of the season against the Denver Nuggets. I caught a lot of flack in my last video and on some clips for hating on Russell Westbrook, but he was playing like shit. He deserved the hate, but he showed up against the Nuggets. Stat line here. He showed up against the Nuggets, man. 1-5. I mean, I still don't have high hopes for this team at all. I still think they're complete dog shit, but you guys really need to go and watch my full videos because I shit on the whole team, not just Russell Westbrook in the entire video. Clips are clips. Yeah, man. I guess clap for the Lakers. 1-5. Woohoo. Whoop-de-doo. No one really gives a fuck. And lastly, guys, before we get to our bozos of the week, we have a little bit of Nets drama. We have the Nets, as of today, the filming of this video, the Nets have fired Steve Nash as their head coach, man. I mean, that sucks. I mean, you can't blame Steve Nash for the drama queens that he has on his team between KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons. I mean, it's like coaching 3 school children. Maybe not KD, but definitely Kyrie and Ben Simmons. Feel bad for the guy. Hopefully he'll get another job somewhere, assistant coach, maybe something on a decent team that can win. But yeah, man, the Nets let go Nash, and I think they're gonna sign Ime Udoka, who literally got fired and suspended from the Celtics for clapping the cheeks of like a corporate employee's wife or something. No, whose cheeks he clapped, but apparently he's in an open relationship with his wife, Nia Long. He cheated on Nia Long. That's preposterous. But yeah, man. So they're gonna sign Ime. I mean, he's a great coach at the end of the day. So I mean, just keep your dick in your pants, man. What an idiot. Oh my God, what an absolute moron. All right, guys, and we will wrap it up with our bozos of the week. Last week, I came in hot with a bunch of bozos, but this week I only really have 2. Obviously, a recurring bozo of the week will always be Ben Simmons. I don't care. He's dog shit and terrible, and he should not be in the NBA. Sorry, guys. And lastly, my bozos of the week are all you morons making TikToks, YouTube videos saying that the Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fight was rigged, or Anderson Silva took a dive, or anybody hating on Anderson Silva. You're all a bunch of fucking bozos. You're all stupid. And yeah, I don't really care, and you're all wrong. All right, guys, well, that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If I missed any type of news for this past week, please remember to let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.